the hard part. Don't ever write something you can't play. That's the first rule of music. I've been trying to play that for 3 days. Get it on video. I just can't play it. God. To make it swing, you know. Uncle Larry, experimenting with the lighting. Don't close your eyes. I know you love him. Remember that one? Man, love that song. Anyway, hi friends. It's Uncle Larry. Just checking in with an episode of the Homeskoolin program. Just got home from a session. Sorry I've been gone so long. I like to take occasional breaks from the show so I can get my, if I don't go out and live life, I don't have anything to talk about. You know, you have to get out and experience things and do things. I've been working a lot lately, been very busy. And did a fun session today with my buddy Josh Rawlings, who works at Glazer's shop, Glazer Instrument Repair. He's making his own record. Having some fun. Cool little band over at this cool little studio in East Nashville. And it's great. Just trying to be, just a good chance to be creative. It's fun. Got this old 56 Gibson J50 recently. It's almost as sad as that 64 J50 I have. This thing's had a hard life, kind of like its owner. Look at that. Pretty beat up, just like its owner. But fun guitar to play. It's very, very inspiring. All the leaves are. So I was on the session today. We were talking about, we were doing this one song, and I thought, man, it'd be cool to have like a fuzz bass sound on this song. And I was thinking, what's that song on Rubber Soul that has a fuzz bass, like a real bright, trebly fuzz bass? I couldn't think of it. And then I realized I think it's called Think for Yourself, but it's really not a bass. It's like a keyboard. It's all distorted. And then I was thinking about that old Steely Dan song called Monkey in Your Soul, which has a really trebly fuzz bass on it too. And we kind of stole that vibe for the song we were working on. And while we were listening to Rubber Soul trying to find the song, you know, The Word came on. Remember that song? The Word by the Beatles from Rubber Soul. We used to cover that in a band that I was in years ago. But it's just so many things about this song are just so fucking weird. And I was going to show you. This is just the things you don't really notice unless you really pay attention on some of this old classic rock. You know, very odd little things that happen in these songs. Like there's so much that I could talk about in this song. You guys remember the tune? Here, it's let me play a bit for you. I'll probably get sued for this, but who gives a fuck? I'll do my own episode of the Beato show, but I'll call it What Makes This Song Weird instead of What Makes It Great. Check it out. Right out of the gate, it's just trippy to think. The piano, I'm tuned down a half step. It's in D. It's in the D key of D, D7. Playing a big old dominant 7, right? Pulsing the piano, but the guitars are playing a big old minor chord over the major chord, right? So you got this. You got the guitars. Which is, the Beatles were always fucking with that major minor thing. McCartney used to do it a lot on the piano, where he would play the flat 3 and the major 3 in the same chord. Like in he does it a lot in Maybe I'm Amazed, and he does it in a bunch of other Beatles songs. I think they were obsessed with that rub between the major and the minor. That was like a real Beatle thing. But now that's just one aspect, but like the bass, very strange. Check it out. In the vocal, he's singing a big old minor. Say the word and you'll be free. Even though the chord's playing major. Say the word and you'll be free. Say the word, be like me. Right? Kind of cool. Odd. You don't hear that much. But now the weird part is when it goes to It's So Fine, It's Sunshine. When it goes, listen to how the time gets weird. Like if you try to count it, it's impossible. Like they're playing. Now when it gets to this bit, they get completely off of this. All right, check it out. What? And then that janky fill that Ringo plays right there is so wacky. All right, but check this out. Try to count this. It's not 4. I think they're trying to play 4, but it's like a group decision to shorten the bars to follow the vocal. Check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So janky. Yeah. And they do it again the next time. Right here. Weird. It's almost like they go to bars of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or bars of 7, I mean. They cut a beat off of that, you know. If you played it straight, it would be 2, 3, 4, 1. That's how most people in Western civilization would feel it. So not what they're doing here. But on the very last one, at the end of the song, they kind of do get it in 4/4. Check it out. It's coming up. Great vocals. Right here. This one actually is 4/4. Roughly 4/4, but it's crazy how they all felt that together. That's what I'm fascinated with about, you know, old music before click tracks and before everything was gridded. Bands would feel things that weren't in time really, but they would just play it together because they played it together so many times and it would be out of time but together. It's fascinating. That kind of stuff still to this day amazes me. Like the middle bit of Stairway to Heaven when it goes. There's lots of debate about how they counted that. You know, there's many videos that have been made about that. But see, I always, you know, in my when I was a kid and I heard that, I thought it was 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. It's so not what they did. Like the first note he plays is the downbeat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. When you figure it out like that, it's the only way it makes sense. And they don't really play it in the pocket, so it makes it even more confusing. But clearly they were trying to go 3 and 4 and 4 and 1, 2. So that's how that all works. But this is another one of those sort of time illusion things like that that's really cool and fun, you know. But music is so much better now. Anyway, I hope you guys had a good Easter. I certainly did. I actually did a session on Easter. Hung out with the boys in the morning, took them over to their dear mothers, and went and did a session. That's commitment, friends. Well, the reason I was going to tell you, I'll hang up in a minute, but I bought this guitar from Music City Vintage, the place I go on my lunch breaks to buy vintage guitars. And I walked in and I played a couple notes on this thing, and I was like, God, this is killer. I love this guitar. And I just sold a bunch of stuff, so I thought I should buy this. And I had already, you know, signed up to buy it. And as I was walking out the door, the guy goes, yeah, there's a cool story with that guitar. And I was like, oh yeah, really? And the guy said, we don't have any proof or any photos or provenance, but the guy that sold it to us said it was Keith Whitley's guitar. So that immediately, you know, piqued my interest because I'm a huge fan of Keith Whitley. I mean, he's fucking one of my favorite country singers of all time. But I looked around trying to find any photos on the Googles of him playing this guitar, but I couldn't see anything. Lord knows if it really was his, but you hear that kind of stuff sometimes with old guitars, and you have to wonder if the story's true or not. But a couple of people I know people that played with Keith for a long time, so maybe somebody out there knows. Did he ever have a 56 J50? I mean, it wouldn't really matter much except for just the curiosity point. You know, I mean, it doesn't really make it worth a bunch more money or anything. You know, but just saying, it'd be cool to know if it really was his, you know. I love the guitar. All right, friends. I'd like to say thanks to a couple of people that have given some really cool gifts lately. A guy named Eric the Kid sent, where's that shirt he sent me? That's right. Hold on 1 second. It's right here. Sent me this shirt all the way from Sydney, which is a little city you might have heard of in the Australia of the Penguin Vintage Guitar Shop. There you go. Great one, mate. Thank you. And a guy named Shannon sent a really cool Van Halen guitar. He gave Marshall like a sort of a Van Halen Stratocaster with all the stripes and the Floyd and everything. And thank you for that, Shannon. And Pete Flynn sent some Pickups, PAF guy, and the t-shirt. And a guy named Yan sent some cool pedals, fuzz boxes that he made. So thank you guys for all this. You don't have to send anything. I've got plenty of gear, but I appreciate you guys. I still get coffee cups and t-shirts, and I appreciate it. It's very sweet of you guys to do that. Ooh, there's some good notes there. You know, this guitar was an E flat when I bought it, and I was like, man, it just sounds so good here. I'll just leave it there. I mean, you got to think about that. Sometimes when you pick up a guitar and it does a real special thing in a certain tuning, just leave it alone. Just leave it there. Just play it like that. You know, it probably would sound good if I tuned it up to pitch too, but why mess with it? It's that cool. Thanks so much for the super kind words regarding the Dan Huff video that we put up on Brett Papa's channel. That was a lot of fun making that with Dan and Brett. Those are two sweetheart dudes right there. And thanks for all the kind words about that, you guys. It seems like you guys really enjoyed that video. I certainly enjoyed making it. Dan is an ace of a guy. All right, dudes. I'll see you all soon. Have a great night. Happy post-Easter. Bye-bye.